Because we are releasing huge amounts of old energies and absorbing large amounts of new energies. Our being is changing on multi-dimensional levels. These energies are impacting us on biological, cellular, and all the way to the DNA levels. Our energetic and astral bodies are actually working non-stop. It's a lot of energies to process. So it is very normal that our physical bodies feel the effects of awakening. Some of these effects are not pleasant to deal with. When you renovate a house, before the renovation completes, it's a hot mess. When your computer or smartphone gets a new software update, can you put them to sleep? No, you can't. It's the same with human body. Kundalini awakening takes a lot of physical strength, energy, and concentration to assimilate and integrate into our being. So while we are going through a very powerful Kundalini awakening, we are working non-stop, thinking non-stop, taking care of families, getting stressed over life, doing this and that. These things make the awakening process even more difficult. Ideally, when we are going through a powerful Kundalini awakening, we should do it under the proper guidance of an experienced teacher. We should be gentle to ourselves, lay low, spend a lot of time in meditation, eat light and natural food, and get away from life's hustle and bustle. This way, we can put all our energy and concentration into integrating the Kundalini awakening successfully and lessen the negative impacts this process has on our physical body. Unfortunately, this is not how the human society sets up to be. So many times, the process fails or it drags off and on for many years. Because we are oblivious of what is happening. To add, Kundalini awakening or spiritual awakening is not about helping us feel better. It is all about growing, learning, expanding our mind, opening our heart, and getting back in touch with our inner selves. Feeling good are the side effects that come along with a Kundalini awakening because our heart is more open and we are more in touch with our true emotions. A full Kundalini awakening is like getting electrified, highly energized. Our latent energy reservoir frees itself, uncoils, rises through our chakras, and flows all through our body. In this process, it overrides and remolds our basic biological functions such as sleep. It seems to be quite common to sleep less as a result of this process. A change in sleep patterns can occur already in the months or weeks before the awakening is complete, in the pre-awakening period. I used to sleep a lot. After Kundalini awakening about 3 years ago, I now generally sleep around 4 to 5 hours, sometimes only 3 hours, and 6 at the most. My sleep quality is mostly good or pretty good. I often wear my Fitbit activity tracker around the clock, as it even registers and evaluates my sleep. But, then, many years ago, I was highly stressed as a result of both long hours commuting and working on my doctoral thesis. I don't recall if I slept less, but my sleep was definitely disturbed. This year has been stressful for many reasons, my father passing away because of COVID being one of them, changes at my work another one. So I'm sleeping restlessly again. That may not be that much of an issue if you sleep plenty of hours. But I sleep for about 1 hour, then wake up for some minutes or hours, and repeat that pattern throughout the night. Which I try to compensate for by napping daytime. I thought I was okay despite this current sleep behavior. But last night, awake again after yet 1 hour of sleep, I suddenly felt an electric discharge top down through my body. It was initiated in several locations in my brain, make both legs twitch, and I felt like I had peed myself, but the bed was dry. The episode was over in a few minutes or less. I flew up from my bed and drank some water, as my mouth was dry. I realized I just had an epileptic seizure for the first time in my life, a myoclonic one. I wasn't that surprised, as I know that lack of sleep can trigger seizures. And I've been sleeping in this erratic pattern for several days now. So despite Kundalini and the higher energy levels, there still are biological limitations as to how little sleep we can get away with. No superhuman powers given. I'm going to call my doctor and ask for sleep medication for the first time ever. The kind that prolongs sleep. Seizures don't do any damage, but it's never a good idea to let your brain get used to that kinda new habit. Work on keeping your default sleeping hours. It's as important after Kundalini kicks in as it was before. as sleep is the single factor that can really throw us quickly off balance in any and every way, affecting our daily functioning.